Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video of mine. It's Commander Belay, and this is another transfer talk video of mine, and a lot of transfer stories to cover in this video. Obviously, there's not going to be any ins, it's all going to be outs because we have a transfer ban. But it's very good news. It's very good news. You know, I never thought this day would come. I never thought that we'd be able to get rid of these three players, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, and Zappacosta, after signing all three of these in one window, where in my opinion was the worst summer in the Roma era. We're finally looking like we are going to be offloading these players, but I want to basically delve into the reports, what the reporters and publications have been reporting, and I'll give you guys my thoughts, opinions, if I do think this still will happen, and I'll see like if it's a realistic move and see what happens basically. Basically talk about the transfers. Now before I do get into it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload, and comment down below in the comment section on your thoughts on each story that I do talk about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now the first story is Bakayoko. Now Bakayoko, according to the Telegraph, now they're reporting that Bakayoko may go on loan to Galatasaray. Now Galatasaray are a Turkish team, they play in the Super League. And the reason why I know them very well, they're my second team. I'm originally from Turkey. Galatasaray are my second team. I love Galatasaray. They're like the Chelsea of Turkey. I follow them all the time. I go to their games when I'm on holiday in Turkey. All my whole family from Galatasaray as well, so I know the club really, really well. And what I can tell you is I don't see this move being realistic at all. Now the reason why I say that is the club is simply broke. Galatasaray is broke, and you can take it from me 100% because I know that they're broke. You know, no other Chelsea fan will tell you this, but Galatasaray are completely broke. They cannot afford to pay for Bakayoko. Now, I do believe that they may be able to pay for his loan. I do believe that they may be able to pay for his loan. Like I said, I do believe that they may be able to pay for his loan because loan fees are quite cheap, and he may be able to go to loan for his team. But I don't believe that it's financially correct. It's not good for Bakayoko's career, and it ain't good for Chelsea either. I mean, the idea of getting him on loan is to get him playing well so that we can sell him, because at the moment, no club is paying 40 million for him. There's no way. His performances have been too bad. They've been dreadful. He's been atrocious. So there's no way we can recoup the amount of money that we outlaid on him. Like I said, look, I do believe he can go out on loan, Galatasaray. Like I said, loan fees are cheap. They can be able to afford the wages. He'll go out there for a season. But there's no way that Galatasaray can afford the 40 million. The club is simply broke. They won't be able to afford 20 million. It's as simple as that. I can 100% guarantee you the club is broke. So I don't see it realistically happening where Galatasaray buy him permanently. It will never happen. Loan maybe, but not permanently. And the idea is you want to do what we did to AC Milan, is we loan him out for a season and there's an option to buy, and hopefully they take up the option to buy. Now AC Milan never did that, unfortunately. And I know for a fact that Galatasaray won't do that. So I don't think that Galatasaray is the right club for him. Hopefully we can find another club where there is potential for them to be able to pay the 40 million. Now PSG was looking likely at the time. They're not interested. They signed Idrissa Gueye from Everton, so that is 100% not happening. So that's really, really unfortunate. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, opinions on the Galatasaray situation. Comment down below your thoughts on that. Do you agree with me? Do you think that Galatasaray is a correct move for him? Again, the second part of the transfer video is Drinkwater. And Drinkwater has been rumoured to join Brighton on loan. Obviously, it has been reported, according to the Telegraph, that he may be able to join any other lower mid-table club in the Premier League. And Brighton is the front runner currently now. It looks like he may be able to join Brighton on loan. And like I said, he's another player that he hasn't worked out at Chelsea, and it's a player that we're looking to offload, thankfully. This guy has been terrible. Honestly, he's one of the worst signings. The fact that we even outlaid 35 million was stupid in the first place. I mean, how has he cost more than Hazard? It's unbelievable. 35 million for, let's be honest, when we signed him at the time, he was only going to be there for squad depth anyway. He has barely played. He hasn't played a single minute competitive game in the last 2 seasons. He's on 120k a week, literally sitting on the bench, warming the bench, and just collecting his wages. I mean, it's pure robbery in my opinion. He's just sitting there collecting the wages. It's all going beautifully for him, and he's doing nothing. Just an Instagram vlogger, pretty much. And yeah, looks like Brighton are the front runners. Again, it will be a loan signing because he hasn't really played for 2 years. No one is really going to pay the amount of money that we will probably acquire, the 35 million. Now, even if we do end up selling him, there is no way we'll get anywhere near 35 million. We just have to take the L on Drinkwater, and I think we'll be lucky to get 20 million off him. I'll be brutally honest. Hopefully, if he does perform well for Brighton, fingers crossed, then we can maybe recoup 20 to 25 million of it. But at the end of the day, you know, I'd rather just take a 15 million and just take the L, just move on. As simple as that. Just get the money, and we'll save so much on the wages that we're spending on him anyway. But according to Telegraph, Brighton are the front runners. I think that would be a good move for his career. You know, he's still staying in the Premier League. Brighton is not too far from London, so you know, when it comes to social and personal life, it won't be too much of an effect. Brighton are kind of his level anyway. He's playing week in, week out in the Premier League, in the best league in the world. So I think that it's good, the way they like to play as well. Brighton, tactically, he will suit them as well. They play with a two-man midfield. Drinkwater's fantastic in a two-man midfield as well. So tactically, and I think that it's the correct move for all parties. So this is a move, unlike the Bakayoko to Galatasaray, where I do see this move developing. I do see this move being realistic, and I do believe that it will happen. But yeah, like I said, it's fantastic news that the Chelsea are willing to offload these players. These players need to be offloaded, and I'm happy that these players are finally being offloaded. Now, getting into the other part of the transfer window is Davide Zappacosta. Now, Davide Zappacosta, again, according to Telegraph, and according to Simon Johnson, who is writing these reports, connected to the club, so they seem to be reliable. It's a Davide Zappacosta maybe moving to Roma on loan. Now, again, it's another loan move. Unfortunately, we can't get permanent deals for these players, but at least if we're offloading them, we aren't paying their wages, and if they do perform well, we will be able to get a permanent deal off them. Now, Davide Zappacosta, if he was ever going to leave Chelsea, it was definitely going to be going back to Italy. He's obviously Italian. All his family live out there. He did come from Torino. And ever since we signed him, he hasn't hit the heights. He hasn't been great for us. He's been really bang average. A lot of clubs are interested. Lazio are interested in the last window. Roma are now interested, according to Telegraph. Torino were interested to buy him back as well. But basically, it looks like he will be going on loan to Roma. I remember people, obviously, in the English transfer market, the transfer market shuts in 2 days' time. In 40 hours' time, the transfer window shuts completely. So obviously, English transfer market, we can't sign. However, the European market, excluding England's, it ends on the 31st of August. So it's still pretty much almost a month for them. So when it comes to going out, there's no need to panic. It's not like we've got 2 days. We've got almost a whole month to offload these players. As long as it's not in the UK, then it's completely fine. If we are going to offload Drinkwater, like I said, with the Brighton move, we are going to have to offload him in the next 48 hours, or it's going to be, the market will shut for Brighton. But it looks like the Davide Zappacosta will be going out to Roma on loan. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think it's the right move for him? Obviously, we need to recoup money. We spent 23 million on him. Like I said, I will be surprised to get 20 million for him. So I think 10 to 15 million is a realistic fee to get for Davide Zappacosta. But it will be a loan move with an option to buy as well. So going to see how that story develops, see what happens as well. But getting on to that, now another report came out of Telegraph, continuing on from this Davide Zappacosta story, was that basically Reece James is about Reece. Now, Reece James, there has been 8 inquiries for his services. None. I was like, wow. I mean, this guy has to leave talent. I mean, Crystal Palace had a 25 million bid rejected at one time. United were interested as well. Brighton were really interested. He received loads of inquiries about him because of his phenomenal loan spell at Wigan. But he will be our, fighting as Zappacosta for that first choice right back spot, and he's ahead of Davide Zappacosta for the pecking order. And in my opinion, he will be one of the best right backs in the world in the future. He has that potential. He has got world class potential. He's one of our best youth products, and I think the fact that he got 8 inquiries really shows how much talent this guy really has. He's been phenomenal. He's a fantastic talent. He's terrific, and I think that over the course of the season he will be overtaken Azpilicueta for that first choice right back spot. So I'm really excited to see what happens. So it looks like the club are waking up. They're moving into the correct direction when it comes to the youth, when it comes to understanding that, if you're going to sign players, you've got to sign a top caliber players rather than signing bang average players that kind of block the path for the youth. So when it comes to that sense, really excited for that. So it looks like Davide Zappacosta will be going on loan to Roma. Timbre Bakayoko will be going out on loan to Galatasaray, and of course, Drinkwater will be going out on loan to Brighton. That's according to Telegraph and multiple publications. But yeah, it looks like Reece James will be staying, which is fantastic news. He is really recovering really well from his injury. And later this afternoon, I may be releasing another video. You might get a double upload today because I've been hearing whispers from my source that Kylam Hudson-Odoi's contract will be announced today. Today's the day, guys. It could even be announced now, but today is the day that his contract will be announced, so I'm really excited for that. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're new around here, make sure you comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each story I have talking about in this video. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you're new around here, make sure that you hit the bell notification so you're notified for every time I do upload. And make sure you follow my social media links: Twitter, Kamal AA10, and Instagram, Kamal _AA. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.